Have you ever said something in English knowing for an absolute fact that your grammar was perfect, but then you noticed the other person looked a little surprised? Or worse, maybe even a slightly offended?
If that's happened to you, please take a deep breath. It is not your fault. You are definitely not alone in this. Today, we are going to fix exactly that. We're sharing 35 magic phrases that will make you sound warm, polite, and completely natural in English every single time.
It is just so frustrating, right? You used the right vocabulary, you got the verb tense right, but nobody taught you this hidden secret in school.
Exactly. The truth is, English politeness isn't about being perfectly formal or speaking like some stiff robot. It's actually all about using really small, gentle, softening words. Native speakers use them automatically, and once you learn them, you're going to use them automatically too.
You know, it always comes back to this golden rule. The problem is almost never what you said, it is how you said it. We're just tweaking your delivery to show the care that is already in your heart. Okay, let's dive into this. Starting with Section 1, making requests and asking favors.
Oh, absolutely. This is the big one. This is where most accidental rudeness happens, usually when a simple request ends up sounding like a strict command.
Right. Okay, so here's the blunt version. And I'll say this warmly, but it still feels harsh. Give me the report. Now, listen to the polite version. Could you send me the report when you get a chance? This changes everything. I use this one literally every day at work. Just adding when you get a chance completely removes the pressure and the urgency. It makes it sound so much better. Go ahead, try saying it out loud with me. Could you send me the report when you get a chance? Beautiful. And this brilliantly illustrates how softening words work. Let's look at a few more. Instead of the blunt, I want to speak to your manager, try the polite, I wonder if I might speak to your manager. It sounds incredibly patient. Instead of a demanding, explain this to me, use, would you mind walking me through this? It is just so collaborative. And instead of do it again, say, I'd be grateful if you could take another look at this. It expresses genuine appreciation first. Finally, instead of barking, move on a crowded bus, just say, excuse me, would you mind if I just squeeze past? Every single word there gently softens the request. That naturally transitions us into asking for bigger favors. The ultimate secret to getting a yes without offending anyone is acknowledging the other person's time. For example, I hope you don't mind me asking, but you use this for slightly awkward requests. Or I hate to ask, but would you be able to? Which is perfect when you absolutely know it's inconvenient for them. Try, I know you're busy, but if you get a moment. Or it would mean a lot to me if you could. Use that one for things that emotionally matter to you. And finally, only if it's convenient for you. This gives them such an easy, polite way to say no if they need to. Moving on to Section 2, saying no politely. Saying no is honestly the hardest thing to do in any language. It really is, but there is a secret formula to it. Acknowledge their request first, and then give a reason or alternative second. Let's hear it the blunt way. No, I can't. Ouch. Right? Now listen to the polite version. I'm afraid that's not going to be possible for me right now. Adding I'm afraid gently signals that bad news is coming, and saying right now leaves the door wide open for the future. It's so much softer. Try it out loud with me. I'm afraid that's not going to be possible for me right now. Great job. So the crucial point is that we want to keep the relationship warm. Let's look at a few more. Instead of saying, I don't want to, say, I'd love to, but unfortunately I have a prior commitment. It shows you actually wanted to go. Instead of, that's not my job, redirect them helpfully with, that's a little outside my area, you might want to speak to David. Instead of a flat no, use, I appreciate you asking, but I'm going to have to pass on this one. And if they keep pushing and you already said no, don't just repeat no. Say, I understand where you're coming from, but I'm afraid my answer remains the same. It is firm, but so respectful. Next up is Section 3, disagreeing gracefully. This is huge at work. The magic trick here is validating the other person's point of view before you gently contradict them, even if you think they are completely wrong. Exactly. Okay, blunt version. You're wrong.
And the polite alternative? I see where you're coming from, but I'm not sure I fully agree. This right here is the difference between sounding cold and sounding genuinely warm and collaborative. It changes the entire tone. Say it with me. I see where you're coming from, but I'm not sure I fully agree.
Excellent. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how we can handle totally different types of disagreements without calling anyone a liar. For instance, instead of that's a bad idea, say, that's an interesting idea, have you also considered the cost? Compliment first, redirect second. Instead of you're making a mistake, say, I just want to flag something that might be worth thinking about. Flagging is so non-threatening. Instead of I don't agree with that at all, use with respect, I think there might be another way to look at this. And instead of that's not true,
Save their dignity by saying, I think there may be a slight misunderstanding here.
All right, section 4, interruptions and bad news. Now, if you feel nervous about these, please don't worry. These are absolutely essential, highly masterable professional skills. Exactly. How you interrupt completely changes the impression you make. Interrupting is sometimes necessary, especially in busy meetings, but using the right softening phrase ensures you look collaborative rather than impatient or rude.
Let's actually see this one in action. The classic phrase is sorry to interrupt. Let's do a quick mini role play. Host 1, start talking to me about the weather. Well, the weather today is looking quite cloudy, and honestly, I think we might see. Sorry to interrupt, I just wanted to add something quickly. See? So smooth. Say it with me out loud. Sorry to interrupt, I just wanted to add something quickly. For meetings, try, if I could just jump in here for a second, or before we move on, could I just mention something? When someone is talking way too long. I don't want to cut you off, but, and to smoothly take the floor. That is a great point, and following on from that.
Now, why about delivering bad news? Remember, these phrases cushion the blow. They do not change the news, but they make it much easier to hear. Delivering bad news is really tough, but these specific phrases show deep, genuine empathy for the person receiving it.
Let's look at some gentle ways to do this. I'm afraid I have some rather difficult news. This gently prepares them for what's coming. I wish I had better news for you, but I absolutely love this one. It demonstrates such profound respect. This is not easy to say, but is perfect for very sensitive personal news. I wanted to let you know as soon as possible. This shows pure transparency. And on a more serious note, helps you transition smoothly into bad news during what was a casual chat.
Let's move to and see how this builds, right into section 5, ending conversations warmly. Leaving a good final impression is just as important as your first impression. Try saying, it's been really lovely talking to you. It's just so much better than a simple bye, or I won't take up any more of your time. This leaves a significantly better, more respectful impression when ending a meeting. Thank you so much for your patience. Use this if they had to wait for you. Please don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything. Such a strong, professional sign-off. And it's always a pleasure. Warm, genuine, and deeply personal. All right, section 6, we've covered our core toolkit. And please remember, politeness in English isn't stiff. It is just about showing care through the softening tools you just learned. Now it is time to empower you to actually use them. We have a challenge for you. Step 1, choose just 3 phrases from today. Maybe pick one for making a request, one for disagreeing, and one for ending a conversation. Step 2, dare yourself to use them in the real world this week. And step 3, comment below with which one surprised you the most. Put it in a sentence and we will reply to let you know if it sounds natural. And there is more to come. Up next, in part 2 of this explainer series, we will cover polite English for emails, phone calls, and customer service. Be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on those written communication secrets. You've got this. You are doing amazing. We are so proud of you for learning these. But ask yourself, which of your daily interactions could be totally transformed by just one of these softening words tomorrow?
Until next time.